This is an interview with John Heron of Northern Toboggan and Sled.
I met Milton Cheboyer eventually through my Uncle Raymond and Father Darvaux. Father Darvaux had spent 50 years in Lac Brochet, Manitoba, and he became friends with my Uncle Raymond, who was also an oblate father. Through Father Darvaux, Raymond learned of this toboggan shortage, and Raymond thought that I should maybe try building wooden toboggans. They needed it. They needed them up there because the previous sled maker up there had sold out, and the people who had bought his business never started building toboggans. He encouraged me for a while, and it probably was about 9 months later when arranged to meet with Milton Cheboyer in Thompson, Manitoba. We drove up there and had a good visit with him. I think if I'd have looked at a toboggan or a sled, I probably could have figured out how to build one or come up with ways to do it, but spending time with Milton through our conversations, and Milton actually came to my shop for a couple of weeks when we started up and got me way ahead on the game. I learned a lot of technique and pretty much went through building both the sleds and the toboggans. Well, I think craftsmanship is a combination of experience, knowledge, skills, and perhaps an eye for beauty or balance. My understanding of the history of the toboggans in Canada was that they started showing up about the time Hudson Bay Company came to Canada and started buying furs. The sleds are similar looking or in appearance, or some of the materials are different, but the style or the function of them is pretty similar to the way they've developed over the years in the north. The sled has to have some flex in it and some give in those cold temperatures and with the weight they hauled on them. And I guess you could say that the sleds have an awful lot of R&D in them over the years in the north. I've always enjoyed working with wood. There are definitely challenges in it. They're beautiful things. It's an art. Seems like I keep getting better and better at it. I'm curious about how things should work or how they're put together. I'm interested. I kind of seem like I'm always engineering or thinking of better ways to do things or more accurate ways of doing things. I know over the years people have remarked to me that they can't cut a straight line with a saw, and I was just thinking about that. I know one thing that I've done or I do for some of the projects I have, it seems to work better, is I'll use a table saw without a fence. It works best, and you can do a good job without a fence. The only thing you shouldn't do is bind the wood in there and pinch it, but what you actually do is you use the saw blade as you're sawing as a fence. You can feel the saw going through the board, and if you bind a little bit you can feel it, and if you don't bind it and you keep a little pressure to the side, you can just keep that cut going right along the flat side of the blade and you'll saw straight. It's been a good 20 years or so.